Hello, feminine. I find myself right now looking through pictures of us, videos, notes, and messages. I've been lurking on your social media again, too, going through the memories of me and you. I'm all over the place emotionally. It's part of why I'm not communicating as if I've ever been very good at that. Though I'm thinking even more so now about how poor of a communicator I've been. Not speaking up in moments that could have been easily smoothed. Not speaking my heart and telling you the truth. Running away when I should have rushed in and rushing in when I should have held back just a little bit. I'm looking at our pictures and seeing how often you smile. And looking through the pictures you have of me and seeing how often you found some way to be amazed with me, even with my lack of smiles and my gruff machismo exterior. And I'm thinking about how wrong I got it in feeling like, I don't know, I'm thinking about how many times you just wanted to have fun with me. You just wanted me. You didn't need the money or the material things. I can remember how many times you told me you could find a way to turn a box in an alleyway into a home as long as we were there together to make it work. And I was so stuck in this, I don't even know, this other dimension about what success had to look like, what being an adult had to look like. And I feel like for as much as I tried to act like I was being an adult, I was much more like a child who was packing up all of their toys and saying, I cannot have these things. I can no more have fun and enjoy life because I must be an adult. And to have fun is to be like a baby and be little, and I cannot. And I feel so stupid. I missed so many fun opportunities with you and with others. And just opportunities to just enjoy myself. And I'm looking at my life right now. And what's funny is, I don't know, I feel miserable about the situation I'm in and the mess that I've made, but I mean, it's weird because whereas in the past, I mean, the misery and I guess the resentment, the shame for having manifested the situation I'm in, those would have been there. They have been there. They've been part of what's been keeping me from coming back into the light. But now I feel like I see all that stuff and I remember the things that you told me about how it's the sucky situations that help us appreciate the good ones. About how our karmics, that we should appreciate them for providing the contrast to show us who we really are and who we choose to be. And I can see, it feels like it's just like a seed, just with the little tip of a sprout poking out of the earth and reaching towards the light, just a few little leaves on top. I can see a future ahead that is so much more pleasing than where I'm at. Though it still feels almost like, I don't know, I guess I'm fighting my past shadows of feeling like living a life that's not full of pain and loneliness is like some sort of fantasy from a movie. But I see you doing it, and I see you doing it while you love me. Even though I've been horrible, shameful. And it just, I don't know how you do it, feminine. You always, you make me rethink everything I ever thought. I'm kind of laughing at myself, to be honest, for all the times I've been frustrated with that, especially because you're right. Even after when the frustration is gone and I end up having to do something anyways, I find that I was happier that you said something, that you challenged my thinking, and that when it came to being faced with repeating the same cycle again or getting to change it, that if you had not said anything, if you had not been you and shown me another way and another tune, that I would have just chosen the same things. And because you are you, I've been able to choose to be me. And even though I'm still kind of stuck in a lot of the old cycles, I've actually changed them quite a bit. And the funny thing of it is that whereas I've been so stuck in worried about confessing to you all of the ugly truths of where I've been and what I've been doing, I'm starting to find myself a little bit excited to tell you about the good things that have happened. And it's funny because I don't think I ever would have looked at it that way before. Because it's not like any of them, none of the good things that have happened have done for me what's been going on for you. I'm certainly not rich, and in fact, my situation is much worse than it ever was when we were together. It's worse than it was even before that, for that matter, which is kind of frightening to think about. That I could have allowed myself to get into such a situation, but I see so many conflicts and fights and situations that I've been into with the karmics around me, and most of them reflected all of the situations I was in with karmics before you, and the ones that I was scared that would manifest through you, because I just couldn't believe that you could be as imperfectly perfect as you were, and that there wasn't any catch or deceptive strings attached. And it's like, because you were in the middle, because you showed me something different, I decided through each of these moments to almost unintentionally experiment when I was faced with each situation over the separation of my what I feared would manifest with you because it happened with those before. And even though I still got caught in my ego a lot and it hasn't taken me to where I want it to go, I think I'm starting to get this, what you know about free will, and the real power in taking accountability for what's manifested. And that I can change it, that I don't have to live in the same pain that I've been living in, that I don't have to repeat the mistakes my parents did, that I don't have to be afraid that the same pain is going to keep manifesting in my path no matter what I do or who I give myself to or don't, that I have a choice, that well, it's hard to even say it still, but that I'm powerful in my own ways. And I think I know it's only because of you that I'm starting to believe that I could be the kind of person who would not abuse that power if I just believed in myself, if I stopped gaslighting and shaming myself, if I stopped believing the things that karmics tell me and how people remind me of mistakes that I've made in the past and hold me in who I used to be. You said something recently about old versions of me, and that made me think about, well, I don't know, just the potential of that. I'd never thought about being a new version of me. There could be a new version of me, that there have been old versions of me, but I see that it's true. And most clearly through examples of you. You're not who you used to be. In fact, that was one of my immature complaints, I remember, is that I felt like I didn't know who you were anymore when you started to reveal to me that you had needs too, and you'd been holding them back because you had hoped I would heal while we were together. And I see you now, and you are so healed, and I know that you're not there all the way either, but you're so far ahead, and I get so excited. I feel like in some parts of me I want to catch up. I want to run and jump and take leaps of faith and get there as fast as I can and catch up to you. And but then I still have some shadows where I feel awful because seeing you doing so good on your own, and all because I made the stupid choice to feel like it was safer. Well, it was safer for me to feel like I wasn't going to hurt you more, so I couldn't feel more rejected and shameful. And so I left you alone. I abandoned you in nearly every way. And I don't feel like I deserve a place next to someone as kind and wonderful as you, who could do such crazy, radical, amazing things. Though I want to. I want to more than anything, and I think I'm starting to embrace the idea that want is more important than reality. You're starting to, I don't know, you're getting through to me, feminine. I don't know how you're doing it. Only you could. I know that you tell me often that I would get there anyways, and that's why you have such faith in me, but I still, maybe I'm still putting you on a pedestal. In fact, I'm sure that I am. Though I feel like if I'd not met you, if I didn't know you, if you weren't in between karmics for me, if you didn't show me that there were other ways that things could be done and thought of and meaning given to them, I would still be who I was. And I certainly wouldn't be sitting here in this moment imagining that things could be good. Or the potential of me being, even feeling for a moment like somebody capable of keeping up with you and being a healing source of light like you, being supported by the community like you. To be honest, I've never thought about myself in that way. Even when you used to encourage me to get on the stage and play my music and tell my jokes and just be happy me that everybody would love it, that I had something for the world that was important and needed, I couldn't do it because I just couldn't see myself being that loved. It didn't seem really possible. Though I don't know. I'm a little scared to explore it, but I feel like there's nothing else to do really but go for it. I'm already miserable, and if I keep doing more of the same, I'll get more of the same. Just another thing you told me that my stubborn self didn't listen to. And that if I want something different and I want something new, I have to be willing to do things that I've never done before. Think thoughts that I've never thought before. Find some way to have a reason that's bigger than my fear so I can cultivate the faith that you do. Embrace absurdities and all that ridiculousness that seems to make you smile all the time. I look forward to the day when I can really feel like I deserve for you to be mine.